Hello, I'd like to welcome you to this presentation, and what I'm going to try to teach you today is the psychology and the methodology behind making a sale. Now, what I've done with this is I'm going to do this for what is a SaaS solution. A SaaS solution is a service as a solution, if you don't know. And basically, this is going to be for a sales-based SaaS solution, which is where it's going to be a B2B sale. But I'm using this example because SaaS solutions are quite hard to sell. So obviously, if you're, a load of you could switch off now, thinking, "Oh man, I don't really sell that type of product." I'm gonna go through and make this kind of generalized, but I'm using a SaaS solution because you have to have all of the functionality within a SaaS to sell a SaaS solution. So if you don't sell SaaS, it doesn't matter. You can still look at the principles behind what we are selling here. So what you really have to understand with sales is sales start with someone really realizing they have to buy something, and what basically happens in their head is they create a shopping list, as it were, and they have what are conscious and unconscious conditions that have to be filled before they will buy. Like the moment you're actually, I don't know if you've ever had this, you're walking on the road and you have the aha moment. Say you're out shopping and all of a sudden you decide you're going to buy that, and it's basically because the conditions have been fulfilled and you will then go and purchase. So for example, you have conscious decision. Does this product solve my problem? So, say like you had a blocked drain and you were out, you're in like some type of hardware store or something, and there's a number of tools you could use to unblock a drain, and you find the one that can do it. Bang, that solves your problems. You'll go and buy that. This is really, really important. Conscious decision. Where will this product put me where I want to in the future? Will this product put this where I want to be in the future? So if you look at the drain thing, will it unblock your drain? Yes. Or you could look at it like clothing. I need a suit for a job interview. Will this suit serve me well in a job interview? You kind of see what I mean? People usually actually buy stuff, and the majority of stuff is bought for what is the future projection on it. So whenever you're creating a sales funnel or anything like that, you have to constantly sit there and say, in the future, if you buy this product, this is what it will do for you. Does this product fit my requirements? Requirements slightly different from problems. That could be technical based requirements. Do I know how to use this product? This is a very, very important base one. With people tend to go with products that they know how to use, even though that method, it's the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because old dogs like to use the same methodology that they've been using for ages. So do I know how to use this product? You then have unconscious conditions. Unconscious conditions can totally override conscious conditions. So like you can have a conscious condition like, do I have the money, right? There's loads of conscious conditions. But these are social verification based, the majority of them. So like social verification is an unconscious condition. Is this product popular and highly regarded? Another social based one, is this product accepted by the social group that I'm part of? Will this product increase my social standing? These can totally override the conscious conditions. This way you get people who, they end up in very serious trouble with debt because they've gone out and bought too much designer clothing. Because they look at it, if they go and buy designer clothing, it increases their social standing. It's acceptable by the social group that they want to be part of. And the social verification, is this product popular? It matches all of these things. So they go and buy it without, and override the conscious condition of, do I have the money? And this is very, very important. Social verification when we're creating sales funnels is very important. So we now have, so we kind of understand the conscious decisions here that have to be fulfilled. We now have to really understand the positioning and how to achieve this. You have reciprocity. If you give someone a small gift, they will reciprocate the favour. So this is why, like, you have free trials for products, you have free samples. Like, I mean, there was a supermarket down the road where I was in, and they were giving away these like onion thing, like this biscuit with like this oniony like stuff on there, and it was really nice. And everyone went in, and they then went and bought a jar of it in there. They never sold this stuff in this supermarket before, but because they were given like a biscuit with it on, first of all, when they came in, they thought, oh yeah, I'll go and buy this. I've just got one free. And that really works with anything. If you give someone something free, they will more than likely buy off you. You then have authority, and you have to position yourself as an authority. And you do this via case studies or association with bigger brands, qualifications, etc. And I don't know if you've had loads of SaaS solutions and stuff like that. When they sell themselves, they will sit there and say, as used by all these big brands. What they usually do is just go and get some type of like little trial with someone at that brand. The person may not even, the big company may not even really use it properly, but they just want the logo on the site. Because then people look at that and they think, well, if they use it, we're going to use it. Likability. Do we like the people we're buying from? If you can give reciprocity to someone, then they'll start to like you. And if you agree with them, that helps. So you then have scarcity. Can you make your product appear to be rare? This way, so say limited stock, stuff like this, and we're running out. It's very, very important. We then go through is an incremental process, and this is the engagement period. And this is all to do with the conditions as well. Say you go into a Starbucks, you can go and buy a cup of tea or coffee, whatever. That can be done in 5 minutes because it's quite easy to fulfill the conditions at the top. Whereas, say like you were buying a car or something, or buying a dog or whatever, you have to go through an incremental process. So say like stage 1, you'd have some type of free trial. Stage 2 is typically a learning-based phase. Stage 3, a free consultation. Stage 4, full working version, limited time. Stage 5, purchase. So say like we were going to look at the sale of a car, we would have the learning phase. You go to a car showroom, and the car salesperson is going to be showing you around, and they will be teaching you about the cars. And that is also part of a free consultation that they're really going to be doing to help you buy the car, right? They kind of know that you're not going to purchase on the first time in there, because the car is a big purchase. It's a long engagement period. You're going to be going around a number of places. So the car salesperson has got to ensure that they engage with the person and teach them better than the other place. And you then have the full working version, limited time. That would be going for a test drive, then you go for purchase. And this incremental process you have with most products of some degree. So say you're going and buying a new pair of trousers. You go into the shop, the shop salesperson comes up to you, you have the learning phase where you learn about the products. What sizes do you have in here? Is this product waterproof? Whatever you're trying to get, and that is part of a free consultation. You get the full working version. You try it on, but it's limited time. You're only, because you can't run out the shop with it. You then purchase. But can you see how it's incremental? And that is what you need to achieve with sales funnels. We then, what I also want to do, I'm going to quickly talk about landing pages here. What the whole idea of, I'm going to talk very, very quickly about making a landing page. I've done bigger courses on how to do landing pages. Landing pages have got to be very, very simple. Do not listen to advertising people when it comes to landing pages. Their landing pages are awful. They'll sit there and they'll say something like, you want to have a tagline on there. One of the taglines that you can't really remember, and I can't remember one off the top of my head anyway, because no one cares about them. I'm not sure if you're aware of this statistic, but 89% of all advertising has zero impact. 7% is viewed negatively, 4% is viewed positively. If you want to make a landing page, very simple, that people will actually opt in with, you only have to do this. I'm going to show you how to build out personas in a little bit. I wasn't too sure when I would put the landing page bit in. maybe I'll put this in a little bit early, but you basically have to say, dear persona name, because I'm going to show you how you create personas. You then need a micro agreement question, which is, do you have this problem? What you always need to be doing when you're creating content for sales funnels is keep asking questions to people that they're going to say yes to. That's micro agreements, and you keep them saying yes throughout the duration of the sales process, right? You then position yourself, so write a few sentences about why you're an authority on the subject. You then handle the objections, and then you do the call to action. Okay, I'm going to show you how you do all this part now. When you're building out a sales funnel, you need to have done what is called persona research. And persona research is basically where you identify your audience, you identify your customers, and you create fictional personas of segments of your audience, right? And you do this via a questionnaire, survey, whatever you want to call it, that is in two parts. You have the quantitative questions, which are basically assessing the demographic, who is buying from you. You're really identifying the quantities in that demographic. So for a SaaS solution, you have, what is your job title? Where are you located? Are you an end user? Because a lot of people who are signing up to your trial aren't end users, but they may be decision makers. So you also have, are you the final decision maker? How often will you use the platform? Where will you use a platform? What features do you use? And then try and assess their prior knowledge level. We then have the qualitative questions, which are basically subjective, to do with who the person is. The main question you have to ask is, what problems does our platform solve for you? And that is any product. If you're selling coaching, whatever, but what problems does our platform solve for you? You then have, what objections were raised during the buying process. Now you can now see why, when we were creating the landing pages, you need these two bits, those two bits of information, because you obviously put them on the landing page. So on the landing page, you could have, dear persona. Actually, I'll do an example when we get there. But you need to know the objections. So say, I've just done a very large sales funnel based acquisition system for a fitness app, and in the fitness app we are targeting women who are looking to lose weight, to get them to use it. And one of their objections are, is this a beginner's course? So when we create the landing page, we sit there and say, are you looking to lose weight? This is a beginner's course. And that may sound slightly stupid, but to have it in there, because then the person said, yeah, I am looking to lose weight. Oh, this is a beginner's course. Excellent. Or this is suitable for beginners. Excellent. I can do it. Okay, because you need to keep those micro agreements happening so that then they'll buy off you. So with a SaaS solution, what we're doing, and this is why I'm using a SaaS solution as an example, is when you have a SaaS solution, this is really with any product, you need to get them up to minimum operator level when you do SaaS solutions. But any products, you really want them to the minimum operator for your product, whatever it is, so then they're knowledgeable about the products. And if they're knowledgeable about your product, they will sell it to other people for you. You know what I mean? You've always got your mate that knows loads about trainers, and he'll know a certain about brand. So if you sit there and say, yeah, I'm thinking about getting this brand, they're like, yeah, you want to get this model. You know what I mean? And you need to get every single person knowledgeable about your product so that they will then go and sell it for you. So with a SaaS solution, you ask, what are the first 5 things that you learn how to use? Because you need to get them to minimum operator level. When they're at minimum operator level, they will then sell the product into the company for you. So you then write those down, because the first 5 things that you learn how to use, you are going to put that into the sales funnel. You then ask obvious questions like, what features do you want added? That's for your future research. How did you learn how to use a platform? You want to see if they learn from your resources or if they learn from an influencer, because if they learn from an influencer, you're then going to go and buy advertising off of them. And you also ask, did anyone influence your decision during the buying process? When did you become aware you needed a new SaaS? How are you getting the system set up? What type of ongoing customer support support do you need? So when you actually go and make these, you then go and turn these into personas, right? I'm not going to show you how to do that now, but you basically collate all the information, so you then segment them, and you then create the personas. Because when you do sales funnels online and you do any targeting, you target a persona with the problem. Do not make generic sales funnels, right? If anyone sits there and says that they're making a generic sales funnel, don't do that, right? You can sometimes make evergreen ones. They're quite difficult because basically loads of people may buy the same product for a different reason. And what you are doing when you are doing sales funnels like this is you are targeting a person and you are targeting the problem, because people will buy things for different problems. This is an example. I did a big protein powder sales funnels, and it's totally different targeting. You target the guys trying to bulk up using protein powder. You then have endurance athletes buying protein powder. You have the OAPs buying protein powder because they don't want them to stop muscle degeneration. The endurance guys, they're doing it to repair muscles after heavy endurance. So you ask different questions. You sit there and say, are you looking to repair muscles after endurance training? When you target the endurance people with the OAPs, are you looking at buying protein to stop muscle degeneration? And you create the sales funnels like that. And you target asking them the question because you want the micro agreement, and you then push them into the sales funnel. So as we can see, for a SaaS solution, what we have the personas. We have Sam, the salesperson, who is an end user. He's not a decision maker. He's involved with the end decision, but he isn't the overall decision maker because he works there. That's going to be made by the CEO. But can you see how I've built these up? Okay, and I've built these up from the information, from the quantitative and qualitative information that I sourced during earlier. Okay, we then have Tom the technical. Now he's going to sign up for a demo because he's going to integrate the SaaS solution with the back office. We then have Kyla the CEO. She's signing up because she's going to pay for it. She isn't an end user, but she's the end decision maker. But you are going to market to her because she is going to do that. You then have Fred, the CFO. He is the financial guy. He's not going to use it, but he's just going to check that it's within budget. What you now do is you start producing the content, right? So, with Sam, the salesperson, you are going to have to teach him how to use it, so how he comes to become a minimum operator, right? So you have a tutorial showing these are going to be the content assets, right? Type, content, and asset. So you have knowledge, problem, tutorial showing how to overcome sales-based problem. You have technical content that you're going to send to him, technical documents dealing with how it works, value content, sales-based content. But you're also going to have to get him to incentivize him performing actions, like the car salesperson. When the car salesperson gets them to go for a test drive, you have got to get, selling a SaaS solution, you have got to find the top 5 features that they use first of all, and you are going to teach him incrementally how to do this. So you teach him like one of those features every day. You do not try and get someone, don't send through like massive, well, you are going to send through massive videos, but with 80% of the popular, because what you have is you've got the 20-80 rule. 20% of the people that sign up to your demos will buy there and then. They don't have to be incrementally sold to. 80% won't know. 80% you have to incrementally teach them. So and I'm going to show you how to do this later on, but I just want you to be aware of it now. With one group, you'll send through a big webinar that's half an hour, 45 minutes long, that will teach them the 5 things. With the other group, you split, have little videos that you send through each day, okay, to get them to perform the actions. And this is basically why I've chosen a SaaS solution, because a SaaS solution has a load more actions that you've got to get someone to perform, as opposed to, say, a closed shop. Closed shop, you just got to get the person to try it on. A SaaS solution, you have to split it all down. So with Tom the technical, he's not an end user, but he's going to integrate it. So you basically get him to perform actions that are technical based. So you send him through tutorials showing how to overcome the technical problem. You then send through action based videos, which is getting him to do an API test. You then have social proof, which is case studies for other customers. I've also put down here status, and you have KYC and AML. In some regulated industries, you have to get them to perform KYC and know your customer and anti-money laundering league. So what would it be for, say, Carla, the CEO, and Fred, the CFO? They're not end users. What you basically are going to do is you're going to show case studies. So with Carla, you show case study, other blue chip companies and their success with product. Do you see what I mean? Because that is giving them the social verification. The action is really stuff like free consultation, because you want her involved, you want her talking to you. Social proof, again, case studies, and you do that for Fred, the CFO. You'd also send him through like pricing, stuff like this. You will also be making up other content, and you'll need a 20 to 40 minute webinar. Then you may have offer content, which is a sales pitch. And if you're going to install a value sales ladder, you can do that. Right. And what we now have to look at, and this is the hard part, we look at what is called the state change. And the state change is how you sell to someone. What you basically are looking at is you are looking at their state before, when they buy, before they buy, and then after, when they have purchased. So knowledge-wise, Sam, the salesperson, he has minimum sales CRM knowledge. He will buy if he understands the basic operations understanding of what, okay, so these are features, understanding of why you use the sales pipeline, understanding of how you create leads. If he's seeing business verification, Trustpilot reviews, and you then have the minimum operator level that you've got to get him to. Added a client to the system, moved the client through the pipeline, completed a test call. These are all ones that are just kind of like, actions that are kind of made up, right? Well, this is actually based on like SaaS solutions that I did sell, but I've just kind of like added a few bits for this tutorial. Then the state change, you have the state change the same with Tom the technical. Then the state change with Carla the CEO. These are all verifications, and these are all case studies, because you're selling to her on a social verification based. She isn't an end user, but she is the decision maker. And then you have the same with Fred, the CFO, right? So now we know how you build out the sales funnel, right? We have to put all of those components into sales funnels that we are going to push these people through. So with the lead generation, we can make up a webinar page, opt in for a free 10-day sales course, and we use the information that we have up there. That we set up the landing page like that. Dear persona name, micro agreement question. Do you have a sales? Do you want to increase your sales? And they'll say yes. Position yourself. We are a leading authority on sales via our our award-winning software. Then you could handle the objection. Say the objection to the sale is the software is too complicated to use. This software is ideal for beginners up to experts. Do you kind of see what I mean by that? So you handle the objection on the landing page, because you want the person. There's going to be a load more objections, but you want it so that when the person comes in, you've dealt with a lot of them. So what you basically do is you look at the state change within that you've created there. So you create these all lead generations. You would put these on Facebook or whatever, or LinkedIn as your lead magnets, and you would get people to opt in, 10 free-day sales challenge, 10 free-day course, 1 month free course, etc. Then on the first day, you send through 3 emails, a welcome email. Then you send through a webinar, 20 to 40 minutes, that has every single thing within the video. In the video, like it would teach them how to get to minimum operator level. It will show case studies, everything like that. Because that is for the 20% of people that will buy there and then, that don't need incremental sales, right? For the other people, which is the 80%, you do like a lead generation video, but you've set them up with a free trial, and then what you're going to do is you're incrementally going to move them, like a little video each day. Hey, here's how you add a client to the system. this is what you do when you're generating a lead. Here is how you move a client down the pipeline. And then on day 3, you have account manager intro. Then you have change status of lead to client. You know what I mean? And this is all going to sound the sales, case study, return on investment. Then do you want a free consultation? Case study, KYC check. You know, these are all features that you have to get them to learn. Then you then send out an email. Here's a follow-up call. How to convert leads. And then on the last day, you send through an offer-based email. And you do the same for each persona that you are marketing to. And you do them highly targeted. Can you see how I got that? So Tom the technical, you do API tests because he's not an end user. He's not using the sales feature on there. He's basically just using the back end to integrate. With Carla, she's not using the tool. So all you do is you send through knowledge-based emails, case studies, so that she will buy by social verification. Do you kind of see what I mean? So then she's going to be sat there, everyone else is using this, I want to use it. And that's pretty much the same for Fred. However, you would also send through the pricing and stuff like that so he realises it's in the price range. And this is basically how you build out basically the whole psychology behind it for building out sales pipelines, sales funnels, and the email side. Okay, if you have any questions on that, just drop me a message. All right, thanks.